So you're in a dimly lit room, its air thick with the scent of burning incense, walls adorned with cryptic symbols that seem to hold secrets older than time itself. Hooded figures stand in a circle, their faces obscured, their voices chanting in a language few understand. At the center lies a coffin, a lone initiate trembling within, about to pledge allegiance to something far greater than themselves. What would drive someone to undergo such a ritual? And what kind of power could this secretive society possibly offer? Welcome to Skull and Bones, the enigmatic and shadowy brotherhood that has haunted the halls of Yale University and, some claim, the corridors of global power for nearly 2 centuries. It all began in 1832, a turbulent time when the fabric of American society was being stretched in all directions. Amid this chaos, William Huntington Russell and Alphonso Taft, 2 ambitious Yale students, conceived the idea of a society that would create an unbreakable network of the elite. This was no ordinary club. The society's name itself, Skull and Bones, carried a dark and foreboding resonance, as if to signal that its members would operate beyond the boundaries of ordinary morality. The question is why? Why the secrecy? Why the rituals? And why the fascination that persists to this day? To truly understand Skull and Bones, you must first understand the rituals that bind its members together. Imagine being approached by a fellow student who speaks in hushed tones about an opportunity to join an exclusive group. You're intrigued, but wary. Then comes the initiation, a series of rituals designed to strip you of individuality and instill an unyielding loyalty to the order. The stories are chilling. Initiates are said to lie naked in a coffin, confessing their deepest, darkest secrets as members encircle them, observing, judging. The goal? To eliminate shame, to bind the initiate's vulnerabilities to the group, ensuring that the loyalty forged in that moment will never be broken. It's not just about joining a club, it's about becoming part of something far greater or far darker. And then there's the tomb, a fortress-like building with no windows. The tomb serves as the society's headquarters. Its mere presence on the Yale campus is enough to inspire fear and fascination. But what happens inside its foreboding walls? Some claim it houses relics stolen from across the globe, including the skull of Geronimo, the legendary Apache leader. The story goes that during World War I, bonesmen looted Geronimo's grave, taking his remains as a trophy. Whether this tale is true or not, it perfectly encapsulates the aura of Skull and Bones, a group willing to go to extraordinary lengths to assert its dominance and reinforce its mystique. But Skull and Bones isn't just about secret rituals and stolen relics. It's about power. The list of its alumni reads like a who's who of American influence. Presidents like George H.W. Bush and George W. Bush, Supreme Court justices, titans of finance and industry. It's as if Skull and Bones serves as a training ground for the nation's elite, grooming them to ascend to positions of extraordinary influence. But this raises an unsettling question. Do these members act in the public's best interest, or do they prioritize the interests of the order? Consider the Bush family. Both George H.W. Bush and his son, George W. Bush, were members of Skull and Bones, and their presidencies were marked by decisions that reshaped the global order. Was their leadership guided by personal conviction or by an agenda set behind the closed doors of the tomb? Then there's the curious connection between Skull and Bones and the Central Intelligence Agency. Several high-ranking CIA officials were bonesmen, leading some to speculate that the society's influence extends into the murky world of intelligence and covert operations. Could Skull and Bones be pulling the strings behind some of the most significant events in modern history? The conspiracy theories don't stop there. Many believe that Skull and Bones is part of a larger network of secret societies working toward a new world order. The idea is as terrifying as it is compelling, a shadowy cabal manipulating global events to consolidate power and control. Wars, economic collapses, political revolutions. Could these be orchestrated not by governments or random chance, but by a small group of elites meeting in secret? Skeptics dismiss such claims as paranoia, but the enduring secrecy of Skull and Bones does little to quell such suspicions. Let's talk about their symbol, a skull and crossbones, a symbol historically associated with pirates and danger. But for Skull and Bones, it's more than just an emblem, it's a statement. It's as if they're declaring themselves above the law, unbound by conventional morality. Then there's the number 322, often linked to the society. Some say it's a reference to the year Demosthenes died, symbolizing a break from the old ways and the beginning of a new order. Others believe it's a nod to the Bavarian Illuminati, suggesting that Skull and Bones is a continuation of an ancient tradition of secret governance. The society's obsession with secrecy is both its greatest strength and its greatest mystery. By refusing to confirm or deny the rumors, they feed the intrigue that surrounds them. Even former members who've spoken out do so in cryptic terms, offering just enough to fuel speculation without ever revealing the full truth. This strategy has proven remarkably effective. The less we know, the more we wonder, and the more powerful the society's mystique becomes. But let's not forget the human element. Imagine being an 18-year-old student suddenly thrust into this world of secrecy and power. How does that shape a person? Does it create leaders with a sense of duty, or does it breed individuals who see themselves as above the masses, operating in a world where the rules don't apply? The answer might depend on who you ask, but one thing is certain. Skull and Bones has left an indelible mark on those who've passed through its ranks. As we delve deeper, the question becomes not just what Skull and Bones is, but what it represents. In a world increasingly obsessed with transparency and accountability, the very existence of such a secretive organization feels like a relic of another era. And yet its influence persists, a reminder that some powers operate best in the shadows. So what do you believe? Is Skull and Bones just an elaborate college tradition, a harmless relic of a bygone era? Or is it something far more sinister, a hidden hand guiding the course of history? Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between, shrouded in the same secrecy that has kept the society's name on our lips for nearly 200 years. Whatever the answer, one thing is clear. As long as Skull and Bones exists, it will continue to captivate, terrify, and inspire. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what they want.